rock on any block. I merely rock on any block.
I merely rock on any block. Hammer cocked on any rock. Kill all that gates block. I throw it up for like 8 blocks.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Got a under the radar scent for you folks today. This one is from a house called Atkinsons, and it's called Oddfellows Bouquet. About 6 months ago or so, I was in Barney's, and a scent from Atkinsons called Triple Extract had come out, and the essays at Barney's were really pushing that on me, as well as another one called Oud Save the King. I liked them. I just thought the performance was really bad, and so I passed. I did do some research, and everything led me to believe that this one, Oddfellows Bouquet, would be pretty good. So I actually jotted it down on my list, and I was just looking around on eBay one day and saw 100 ml of it floating around for a good price, and yeah, I blind bought it. Before we talk about the intelligence of that decision, let's speak about the house quickly. Basically, this is an English house that's under an umbrella brand called Perfume Holding. Perfume Holding also has Ferrari, Iceberg, La Perla, and Galliano. Atkinsons, actually on its own, dates back to 1799. There was a gentleman named James Atkinson. He opened a chemist shop at 44 Gerrard Street, and he sold pomades, and as well as a rose-scented bear grease bomb. In 1932, he moved shop to 24 Bond Street, and this guy was really eccentric. Evidently, he had a pet bear, which is why the logo of the house, or the mascot, is this bear in a like a traditional English cut suit. And it was relatively recent that this brand was purchased and resurrected by Perfume Holding, and thankfully they paid attention to original formulas and bottles, but there was some updating as well to make the line a little bit more modern. They have a few different collections within their line. They have an emblematic collection, a legendary collection, an oud collection, which has 2 fragrances of now, and who doesn't have a new collection, by the way. And they also have a contemporary collection. They also have a toiletry line and a home fragrance line. Oddfellows is part of the Legend collection. You can only get it in one size. It's 100 ml. And this one was inspired by the Lawrence of Arabia visiting a British gentleman's club. So think leather Chesterfields, Ottoman tobacco, and winged armchairs. It's supposed to be a refined and dapper men's scent. It was relaunched in 2013, and your notes on it are going to be heliotrope, ginger, labdanum, tobacco, pepper, and benzoin. Now, retail, Barney's does have it. Barney's carries Atkinsons, and the only size and concentration is that 100 ml. At Barney's, the 100 ml retails for $210. I did get a brand new bottle on eBay for $100 and I think like $5, so can't complain about that. As far as your presentation goes, Atkinsons Oddfellow Bouquet Eau de Toilette. The box is really nice, got that beautiful purple color. It's made in Italy, and there's a tab at the top, and the box pulls out, and your bottle actually goes right in there, so pretty neat. And your bottle really heavy, and you got Atkinsons crest on the top, really heavy metal stopper or cap, and you have a really nice atomization. Cap clicks into place. You got the crest again, Atkinsons Oddfellow sticker. You got Atkinsons there, raised, and that's about it. So really heavy, really nice heavy bottle, really nice heavy cap. Box is really nice too. Sick presentation on this one. And wow, man, this one's really neat. I kind of think I wish I had tried this one. Not that it's bad, but it's excellent, by the way. But it actually reminds me of a combo of 3 scents. Definitely. So the first one it reminds me of is one from Serge Lutton called 5 O'Clock Ocean Jaune. That one has ginger, cinnamon, cocoa, and amber. Now this one and that one aren't brothers, but they're definitely cousins. And the other two that this reminds me of is Amber Nargis a little bit by Hermes with the tobacco. Amber Nargis has blonde tobacco. And then this reminds me a little bit, in the dry down, very much so actually, of Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. And so let's break this one down. It opens up with a touch of like almond water heliotrope. I get that at the top, I get ginger, and I get labdanum. That's really what I get there. I also do feel like there's touches of cocoa and cinnamon in this one. It's very refined. It smells excellent. It's really smooth. It's beautifully blended. As it dries down, it gets a little spicy. The pepper and cinnamon really come out. The ginger and heliotrope really fade out of the picture. And what's most important as it dries down is this wonderful combination of tobacco and vanilla. Tobacco rocks throughout the entire cycle of the scent. And yeah, it's like straight up tobacco vanille, vanilla and tobacco at the end. So it's kind of like at the top, it reminds me of 5 o'clock Eau Gingembre. In the middle, it reminds me of Amber Nargis. And in the base, it reminds me of tobacco vanille. So like, I mean, I can understand if people are very excited by this. You know, you get benzoin, you get tobacco, you get ginger, you get vanilla, cocoa, cinnamon. I've seen this one described on Fragrantica as cookie dough, and I kind of see that. I don't think it's as gourmand as cookie dough, but it has a little bit of a gourmand vibe to it. The real issue with this one for me is just not standout performance. You know, it's an eau de toilette. It's not bad, but it's not great. I would say it lasts longer than it projects, and with that sticker price of $210 for an EDT, I would kind of want a little bit more than what I get out of this one. But it does last a good 6 to 8 hours. Most of the time, it lasts for me as a skin scent. I would say it's unisex juice without a doubt, and you really kind of could do this in any season. It's got a little bit of wateriness to it. I wouldn't necessarily do it in summer days with in heat, but definitely a cooler summer evening you could kill with this one. And I think this is good for work, out at night. Definitely a date scent. I think this is a great date scent. You might see this in the starting lineup for me as a date scent. If you want something close to this and you can't get this, or whatever, yeah, look at Amber Nargis. Look at 5 o'clock Gingembre, look at Tobacco Vanille. On the real low end, there's a fragrance called Steel Sugar by Aquilina, which is a ginger and tobacco scent, which definitely reminds me of this one. So take a look at that one. I think if someone were trying to talk you into purchasing Oddfellows, I think they would say that great bottle, nice scent, very different in terms of it's a combination of many fragrances, and the house is just cool. Like, I like this house's mascot, I like the history, I like the aesthetic. The cons, and I think how someone were trying to talk you out of this, is maybe they'd say been there, done that. The price is unreasonable for performance, and that for me is starting to become a little bit of a brand knock. I mean, I told you guys I really like Triple Extract, but I don't feel like I want to own that one because it really didn't perform for me. I like this one. You know, I got to keep it 100 though with you guys. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think the price is too high for the performance. Now, it would be easy to tell you, oh, you could just get 5 o'clock Gingembre, but the problem is that one performs worse. And even Amber Nargis, which I love, is watery and transparent. And so Tobacco Vanille, you know, that's a pretty expensive fragrance. I think there's some fragrances that like Tobacco Vanille for a lot cheaper. So this is a good option. It really, really is a good option, but I would check it out and see if it reminds you too much of anything else. Also, I would say that I don't know if Atkinsons did a great representation of a men's club. You know, the booze isn't there, the leather isn't there, the incense is too light to represent a fireplace, but I like this one, and I could really see this being a scent that I just enjoy more and more the more I keep wearing it. So maybe we'll revisit this one in the future, but for now it's a 7 out of 10, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, guys. You know what it is. I'm here to help. My name is Maximilian, and
I really rock on any block. I really rock on any block. I really rock on any block. I really rock on any block.